We're at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. Today we're at the Asus event. They've got loads of new tech on display, motherboards, Wi-Fi 7 adapters, but of course we're here to see the new monitors. They've got a 480Hz OLED, they've got a new G-sync Pulsar monitor, which is the world's first. They've also got a brand new 360Hz QD-OLED monitor as well. So let's go and check all of those out right now. This is the flagship monitor that's on display here today. It's the 480Hz OLED monitor. It's got a 1440p resolution, 480Hz, adaptive sync, that means it can support NVIDIA G-sync and AMD FreeSync. It's got the brand new pixel structure that should improve text clarity. We've actually got this one with us at the moment for testing, so make sure you hit subscribe to stay up to date because that review is coming really soon. We'll answer some of your common questions quickly as well. So this screen does have eLMB or BFI, black frame insertion. That's actually available here up to 240Hz refresh rate, as well as at 120Hz. So you get a really nice boost in motion clarity if you're going to use the screen at a lower refresh rate. It's got one display port, two HDMI 2.1 ports and two USB data ports, but there's no USB-C or KVM switch functionality on this model. It's got a standard matte anti-glare coating finish, so it's the same as previous WOLED panels, including the recently launched 32-inch 4K WOLED panels. It's got 1300 nits peak brightness spec for HDR, and we look forward to testing the HDR capabilities in our review soon. Interestingly, Asus provide a range of new OLED care options on this screen as well. First time we've seen some of these. There's the familiar screensaver function, which auto dims the screen after 2 minutes of inactivity. There's the screen move or pixel shift function that you're probably all familiar with. There's a logo brightness adjustment, which automatically detects static on-screen logos and reduces their brightness. Then there's also a few new features, including a taskbar detection designed to dim the taskbar area. There's a feature called outer dimming control, which is supposed to automatically identify and adjust the brightest areas of the screen to reduce the risk of burn-in. That seems to operate and activate LG Display's CPC feature, and on the Windows desktop seems to dim the outer edges of the screen. There's also another feature called global dimming control that dynamically adjusts the overall brightness of the display to help reduce burn-in as well. A further option called target mode seems to be listed on their website, which supposedly dims the entire screen except for a selected pinned window. That isn't actually available in the on-screen display at the moment in the sample that we've got, although we do know that Asus are doing some firmware updates at the moment ahead of the official launch, and we'll make sure that those are definitely incorporated into our review before that's published. These might be helpful to reduce the risk of image retention and burn-in, although Asus do also provide a 3-year warranty with burn-in cover as well. The 480Hz refresh rate is really aimed at competitive and esports type gaming. Obviously, you're going to need a really powerful system to drive 1440p resolution at 480Hz, but the motion clarity performance is excellent as you'd expect. We'll provide a lot more comparisons and information in our review that's coming very soon. There is a toggle in the on-screen menu to disable DSC as well, which will allow you access to use features like NVIDIA DSR and DLDSR if you want. There's a range of new gaming AI assist features, including AI crosshair, shadow boost, sniper mode, and MOBA map helper as well, so those might be useful to some gamers. This model's got a recommended retail price of $999 and it's due to be released very soon. You can check latest pricing and availability using the links in the description below. So next up is the 27-inch G-sync Pulsar monitor. So this is a prototype at the moment, but it's a 360Hz 1440p IPS LCD monitor. So it's got NVIDIA G-sync Pulsar, which is an eLMB or extreme low motion blur that can be used at the same time as variable refresh rates. It's a step up from previous ULMB2 systems. So that means that you get the benefits of extreme low motion blur at the same time as variable refresh rates. It's available on this model all the way up to 360Hz, and NVIDIA tell us that that will operate down to 90Hz as standard. Below that, the G-sync Pulsar, the strobing mode, will turn off and it will become a standard monitor because that will help avoid any visible flicker at those lower refresh rates. But apparently you will be able to change this yourself in the menu if you want to have a slightly wider G-sync Pulsar range. Interestingly, NVIDIA have decided to move away from their traditional G-sync hardware module, and they've actually partnered with MediaTek to bring all of the G-sync capabilities to one of their scalers. So that means you can get variable refresh rates, reflex latency analyzer, ULMB2, and now G-sync Pulsar, all from an independent scaler. The great thing about this is that it should help drive the cost of these displays down, and it also opens up the door for additional video connections that have long been a problem on the traditional module. So the new Asus screen is expected to have one DisplayPort 1.4 and two HDMI 2.1 ports, which were previously not available on the original G-sync module. All of the other capabilities needed to make G-sync Pulsar work have also been incorporated into this MediaTek scaler, so that includes variable overdrive and vertical dependent overdrive, which are vital to ensure that you get nice clean images across the screen. We did also confirm that although they're using a new MediaTek scaler, these features will be locked to NVIDIA GPUs. So although you'll be able to use an AMD GPU with adaptive sync from the scaler, you won't be able to take advantage of things like reflex latency analyzer or G-sync Pulsar. This model is due to be released in Q4. We don't have any pricing yet for it. As I say, it's still in the prototype stage at the moment. It hasn't even got an on-screen display menu or button at the moment. So more information on this when we get it. One model we weren't expecting to see today is this new 27-inch QD-OLED monitor. It's 27 inches in size, it's got 1440p resolution and a 360Hz refresh rate. So this is a new option in the 27-inch range. They've already got 240Hz WOLED, they've got a glossy 240Hz WOLED, and of course that new 480Hz WOLED we just talked about. So this is offering users the choice of a QD-OLED panel if you want the semi-glossy coating, the different pixel structure, and all of the other differences in performance that QD-OLED might offer. Asus are promoting a new and updated custom heatsink on this model as well, which they say will help improve airflow and reduce the risk of image retention. There's DisplayPort 1.4, HDMI 2.1 and USB-C with 90 watts power delivery on this model as well. This model has also got ELMB or black frame insertion. That can be used up to 180Hz maximum, or it can also operate at 120Hz as well on this model. So loads of new features on this one. It's going to be available in Q4 apparently. We don't have any details on pricing at this time, but we'll definitely keep you updated when we get that. One final model worth mentioning from the event is the world's first LCD gaming monitor with dual mode support. This is a 32-inch screen and it offers a 4K resolution at 160Hz, but also the ability to drop down to Full HD 1080p and bump that refresh rate up to 320Hz. This is based on an IPS LCD panel, so it's a little bit different to the couple of OLED models that we've seen so far that feature this kind of approach. It's an interesting option for those who want a gaming screen where you can choose to prioritize either image quality and detail or prioritize frame rates. And it's a good alternative to OLEDs if you're concerned about things like image retention or using those kind of screens for a lot of static content as well. This model also supports Asus's ELMB sync, which allows you to use ELMB or extreme low motion blur alongside variable refresh rates. So that can really help eliminate blurring and ghosting in images. The screen also has a USB Type-C connection and a range of typical LCD monitor features. So there you have it, 4 really interesting new screens from Asus from the Gamescom event this year. Do check out the links in the description below for more information and keep an eye on availability and pricing using our affiliate links in the description as well. If you enjoyed this video, please just give us a quick like, that would really help. And don't forget to hit subscribe to stay up to date on all future monitor reviews, content and other coverage. Thanks for watching, we'll catch you next time.